Welcome to beautiful Claremont, California, and today we're going to talk about 5 things that you have to know if you're going to be moving to or visiting our beautiful town of Claremont. Although Claremont is a small town, there is a lot to do. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to talk about 5 things that you need to know before you either visit Claremont or move to Claremont. So let's get started. Number 1, Claremont is an educational hub. Not only do we have great public schools for elementary, middle, and high school, but we also have our amazing Claremont colleges. You've probably heard of them before. They're referred to as the Ivy League of the West Coast, and we call them the Claremont Consortium of Colleges. And it's a group of multiple different local colleges that are all in Claremont. The Claremont colleges are some of the most exceptional schools in the nation, and if not the world. They consistently rank in the upper echelons of all the school rankings, and they are one of the biggest, if not the biggest employer in the entire city and possibly the county of Los Angeles. The Claremont colleges are beautiful campuses, mostly focusing in liberal arts, but we do also have a business graduate school and other schools of sciences as well. We don't want to forget about our public schools. Our elementary schools are very well known. We have multiple schools in our city that are very highly coveted and sought after. Our middle school is El Roble Middle School, and it serves our 7th and 8th graders. And then we have Claremont High School, the Wolf Pack, and that goes from 9th grade to 12th grade. We also have a couple of different private school options. We have Foothill Country Day School, which goes all the way from pre-K to 8th grade. And we have the Webb Schools, which is a private school, it's a charter school, very, very exclusive, and it sets up a lot of the students for upper level schooling like Ivy League, and it's a great setup school for the Claremont colleges. Let's move on to the second thing that you need to know about Claremont. This is something that people ask me all the time when they're moving or visiting here. How far is Claremont from Los Angeles? This is a really interesting question because if anybody is familiar with the traffic in LA, it's very real. You can look at something on the map and see that it's only about 20 or 30 miles away, and you might think, oh, 20 or 30 minutes. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So while Claremont's about only 35 or 40 miles away from downtown LA, it can sometimes take an hour and a half to get there depending on traffic. However, one of the great things about where we are is the access to transportation. Claremont does have its very own Metrolink train hub, so we have a line that services directly to the downtown LA station. It makes it very easy to commute if you are working in downtown LA. We also have the Gold Line, and that'll take you all along the 210 freeway, makes multiple stops along Monrovia, Duarte, Azusa, and goes to Pasadena as well. Because of this great transportation setup, Claremont is a great hub if you do need to commute for work. We're pretty close to Pasadena with only being about 25 miles there. We're also not too far from San Bernardino and Redlands if you're working at one of the colleges out there or have a job in the Inland Empire. And we're not that far from Riverside County as well. That's one of the best parts about living in this area. We are on the easternmost portion of Los Angeles County, but we're just across the border from San Bernardino County, and just south of us is Riverside County. And Orange County is just down the 57 freeway, so we're right in the center of it all. And in fact, that's one of the things that I hear residents enjoy the most, that ability to really get a sense of different areas around Claremont, and it's not that far away and it's not that hard to get to. So let's move on to number 3. What is there to do in Claremont? And although Claremont is a small town, there is a lot to do. First and foremost, there's the beautiful Claremont Village. The Claremont Village is a beautiful downtown area that's extremely walkable, 10 city blocks or so. It's not a huge area, but it's very, very quaint. We have multiple bars, restaurants, boutiques, shopping. We have museums, art galleries, just a lot of wonderful things to enjoy and explore. We also have our local botanic gardens. It is a great area to just go and walk around, enjoy some beautiful natural landscape, and you can even learn about some of the natural plants that we have in our area. Claremont also has tons of local events and festivals. In fact, coming up in just about a month is Village Venture. It's one of the biggest events that we have in Claremont. It's super fun and it's great for the whole family. It's an arts and crafts fair that features over 400 booths, and there's all sorts of different vendors, plus food trucks, beer and wine. It's a great time for the family, and it's free entry. I'll put a link to the event details in the description below if you want to check it out yourself. And lastly, we can't forget our outdoor recreation. Claremont has a wonderful abundance of hiking trails, walking paths. We're a bike-friendly city, and there's a lot to enjoy if you like to be outside. We have wonderful Mount Baldy that's just about 20 to 30 minutes away from Claremont, and in the wintertime, there's plenty of skiing and snowboarding. There's also scenic chair rides, and you can take the ski chair all the way up to the top of the Notch Lodge, and you have a wonderful view of the valley. And on a clear day, you can easily see Catalina Island. And that leads me to the fourth question that people often ask. What's the cost of living in Claremont? Housing costs in Claremont can vary quite a bit. We see that most single family homes can start at around $650,000 or $700,000, and they can go way up from there. It is possible to get a small condo or townhome in Claremont still for maybe $350,000 to $450,000, depending on where you want to be. One thing that is a little bit more expensive than a lot of the other surrounding cities is our water. We have Golden State Water Company. They're a private water provider, so it is not provided by our municipality, the city of Claremont. Because of this, our water rates are a little bit more expensive. So if you are thinking about buying a home in Claremont, that's an important thing to keep in mind. If you're looking at a home that has a pool, a spa, or a quarter or half-acre yard, you might want to think about how much that's going to cost you to maintain in terms of water usage. Most other costs are on par with the rest of the region. Of course, we experience the same type of pricing as a lot of the other SoCal communities do. As a general rule of thumb though, in Southern California, the further east you go, the more affordable it gets. So the closer you start to inch towards LA and to the beaches, it will get more expensive. So Claremont does offer a kind of nice in-between of affordability. And the fifth question I get, is Claremont a safe place to live? And I can answer very confidently that Claremont is a very safe place to live. Now, don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean that we're free of crime and everything is perfect. We do have our share of the rudimentary low-level crime. You always want to lock your car doors, take your belongings out of your car. You don't want to make things easy for anyone. However, I do have to say, we have a great sense of community here. We have a wonderful police force that does a very good job of keeping our town safe. And our citizens and community are really good about looking out for one another. Claremont does boast a lower crime rate, and it does make it one of the safer communities in the Southern California area. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and this is just 5 really quick things that make Claremont great, but there really is so much more. And if you'd like to know more about Claremont, shoot me a DM, send me an email, or you can always call me. I'm happy to help. And if you're thinking about relocating to the area, I'd be happy to educate you a little bit more about the buying and selling process in Claremont itself. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Have a great day, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.